The grim sleeper, serial killer Lonnie Franklin has died on death row at San Quentin. Lonnie David Franklin Jr., the man known as the grim sleeper serial killer, who preyed on Los Angeles women for more than 2 decades, died Saturday on death row at San Quentin Prison. Franklin was found unresponsive in his single cell March the 28th at about 7:20 p.m. An ambulance was summoned, but Franklin was pronounced dead at 7:43 p.m. The cause of death is pending the results of an autopsy. Franklin, age 67, was convicted in 2016 of killing 9 women and a teenage girl from 1985 to 2007. During the penalty phase of his trial, prosecutors connected him to 14 additional slayings. Detectives believe he may have killed at least 25 other women. He targeted victims who were generally young and vulnerable. His attacks failed to raise alarms the way that other famous serial slayings by killers such as the Hillside Strangler or the Night Stalker did. The deaths in the mid to late 80s coincided with a surge in slayings linked to the crack cocaine epidemic. There were also several other serial killers operating at the same time as the Grim Sleeper. But the Grim Sleeper proved to be one of the most persistent. He targeted women who were drug addicts or prostitutes and often dumped their naked bodies alongside roads or in the trash. Many of the women were initially listed as Jane Does. Their deaths drew little, if any, media attention. Police kept these slayings quiet, despite suspicions that a serial killer was targeting black women, a decision that led to outrage from many. Authorities were able to link the slayings through ballistics and genetic evidence at the crime scenes that pointed to a single killer. But identifying that DNA proved difficult. A break finally came in the case in 2010 when a search of the state offender records turned up a partial match. The person wasn't the actual killer, but a close relative, according to the DNA. After following Franklin to a pizza place, in the summer of 2010, police collected a slice of partially eaten pizza. They tested the DNA and finally had their match and finally had their man. So they are just awaiting the autopsy results to see the cause of death of the Grim Sleeper, Lonnie Franklin Jr.